I'm writing a paper on the 2016 election for American government, and I will begin looking for my information using Google Chrome because that is something I've always used. I usually begin my research process by typing in my topic in the URL. So right now I will type in 2016 election information. I use the search terms 2016 election information because those are the three most common words I think would be in my links that I'd like to choose. I'm now scrolling through the links to see which one would be the best to choose. I'm choosing the third one. It's called Election Information, the Center for Election Science. I chose this one because it looked like it would give me a basis, a foundation for the idea of an election before I search the election of the year I'm trying to find my information. I keep up with my information I locate by copy and pasting my URL into a Word document. This way, if I lose track, I'll have the URL and also the topic. So I'd write the topic first, link, election foundation. This is also how I keep up with my sources until the end of my research process, and then I use EasyBib to put it in MLA format or APA. Now as I'm looking through this page for the Center of Election Science, it looks like this is more of a statistic sheet, and the legislation language, things that probably won't help me as much as I thought. So I'm going to go back to my Google Chrome URL and type in something else. So I can say current election standings for 2016. This brings me to the first one, current election poll results. I changed my current election standings because I needed the poll results for the current election that I am searching. The foundation did not help me out as much as I thought. This brought me to different newscasts, including CBS, and it brought me to articles. However, these articles are dated in 2015, which does not help me. So I must go back and look at the other links that came up. I click on election poll results, and then I click on latest election poll. And this brings up articles for the 2016 latest election polls, Real Clear Politics. Never heard of this website before, but I'm going to use it because the information looks similar to what I typed in my URL. And this is exactly what I was looking for. This has the race and the topic and the date, the poll, the results, and the spread. So it says who won by what. It says the points given to each candidate. It says where it was taken. And it says, for instance, the race or the topic, Florida, Trump versus Clinton. So I now will copy this URL and I also put it into my Word document. And this will be 2016 latest poll results. And I will paste that into my Word document. And now that I pasted two important links, I'm going to file and save this as my election research links. I'm going to save it under my documents so I don't lose it. And now I'm going back to search for more. As I look through this, I will document a few of the key things that I think are most important for my research paper or for my research. And through that, I'll make bullets underneath the link so that that's another way that I keep up with where my information comes from. There's tabs here that have election polls, president polls, state polls, senate polls, house polls, governor polls, and approval polls. And I'm going to click on president polls because that's what I'm most interested in. And here I can search any poll. So for instance, if I want to know about the state that I live in, I can search Georgia and click on these. The polling data brings up that Fox gives them a tie. These are different polls that were given through different newscasts or articles, or each one of these has different information. These are also different dates. So as we get closer to our current date, 7/29 to 8/17, it says that Clinton is winning on a spread of 0.3%. So 43.3 against 43. So this information is also relevant to my project, so I'm going to copy and paste this URL and put it into my Save Word document. And name it Georgia Election Statistics. As I continue down, there's charts. This is a very important way for me to learn more about what I'm reading. Media is one of my best And also there's pictures of the states in the different colors, which I like. So I'm going to see if I can save this image or copy and paste this image to my document. I'm going to save it as election 2016, Georgia. I think that would be relevant for PowerPoint or Prezi, or even just for myself to refer back to in case I don't understand the words that are in the article. There's also charts here that show the different averages rather than the exact polls, which is important when explaining data to my audience. It's easier to use an average of 45 than 44.781341. So I'm going to also save this chart under election 2016 Georgia chart. Okay, now that I found, I think, enough on the poll side, I'm going to continue on this website and look at the primary poll results for the Democratic side. So this singles out instead of comparing it to the Republican side, which I think is good to have different perspectives. I have to watch because these charts are all designated to different states, and I've been focusing on Georgia. So I need to look down and find Georgia. And I found it, and it also has different newscasts interpreting the same information. However, this is from February because it's from the primary, so I have to make sure that I log that on my Word document. And so I will also save this specific chart on Georgia in my computer for the Georgia Democratic polls for primary. So I can refer to that. I'll also copy the URL since it's a different URL and put that on my Word document as well. Georgia primary election polls, and I'll copy and paste that onto my Word document. I've now found all the information I can on Georgia's Democratic primaries, and let's see if we can find Republican primaries on here. Okay, so now I'm on the Republican side. I need to search for Georgia again. And I found this. And it's also from February because it's the primaries, so I need to make a note of that. And save this chart also into my documents. So Georgia Republican primaries. Chart. I'm going to look at this just to get the gist of it until I copy this URL as well and put it on my Word document so I can look back at it when I'm going through my research process. Okay,